Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. So, if you have a smartphone in your pocket right now, you're a target, but probably not in the way you think. We're not going to talk about complex firewalls or the latest antivirus software today. Nope. Today, we're diving into the single biggest security risk in your entire digital life. And that risk? Well, it's you.
I know what you're probably thinking right now. Come on, I would never, ever share my bank OTP. I'm not that foolish. You know, that's that 6-digit code that pops up on your phone to approve a transaction. And you're absolutely right to guard it with your life. But here's a scary thought. What if criminals don't need you to share it? What if they could get that code without you ever saying it or typing it or even seeing them? What if they could just listen in?
You see, for years, the number one piece of security advice has been hammered into our heads. Don't share your OTP. It's everywhere. But that advice is now dangerously, seriously outdated. Criminals have evolved. They are way past that. They know you're on guard, so they don't even bother asking for your code anymore. Instead, they've come up with these incredibly clever ways to trick you into revealing it yourself without you having a clue what you've just done.
Check this out. It's called the call merging scam, and it is just deviously simple. Okay, step 1, the bait. A criminal calls you, maybe pretending to be from your bank or a delivery company, and they casually mention a mutual friend to instantly make you trust them. Step 2, they create a fake emergency. They'll say something like, hey, that friend is trying to call you right now. Can you please just merge the calls so we can all talk? And then step 3, that's the trap. That second call that's coming in, it's not your friend. It's the automated voice from your bank reading out your OTP, which the criminal just triggered. The moment you hit merge, you're basically putting your bank's security code on speakerphone for the thief. And just like that, it's game over.
And this scam perfectly illustrates the new reality of cybercrime. It's really not about writing complex code anymore or hacking into your phone's software. It's about hacking the human operating system. It's about exploiting your trust, your fear, your natural instinct to help, or your sense of urgency. So here's the absolute key takeaway. You can have the most expensive, top-of-the-line phone with all the latest security updates, but none of that matters. It's completely irrelevant if a criminal can just convince you to open the front door and let them in. See, they aren't breaking into your house anymore. They're tricking you into handing them the keys. You know, we've all been taught to create these super complicated passwords, right? Something like capital R @J #Sharma123 ! We think that's our impenetrable fortress. But here's the cold hard reality check. Criminals are not sitting in a dark room trying to guess your password. Why would they? They can just buy it. Huge corporations get hacked all the time, and billions of passwords get dumped onto the dark web. Your complex password is probably sitting right there in a giant text file, just waiting for them to copy and paste. And the mind games, they are endless. They might call you in a panic saying, your SIM card is being deactivated, dial this code right now to fix it. But that code, it actually just forwards all your incoming calls, including all your future OTP calls, straight to them. Or, here's another one, it's a real power move. They'll keep saying things like, sir, as you know, there's a new government regulation. This is designed to make you feel stupid for questioning them. It taps into that very human fear of looking foolish, so you're much more likely to just comply.
So how do these scams feel so personal, so convincing?
Well, it's because they're fueled by a weapon that we all give away freely, every single day, our own personal data. I mean, just take a look at the permissions an app like Facebook asks for. This is not some hidden secret. It's right there in their own privacy label. It says it can track your location, your financial info, your photos, even your political beliefs. It even says it collects your voice and audio. And the craziest part, we all just scroll down and click I agree. This massive digital profile of you. This is the ammunition criminals use to make their attacks feel frighteningly real. Now, let's look at a real-world case of how this data is weaponized. The story involves a very prominent businessman in India, right as his company was about to have its massive IPO. The whole thing started with phase 1, reconnaissance. The attackers simply downloaded 17 photos of the businessman's wife from her public social media profiles. Just 17 photos. Then phase 2, weaponization. They fed those photos into an AI and created incredibly realistic but completely fake explicit images. Phase 3 was the attack. They sent those deepfakes to the businessman, threatening to leak them to the press right before his company's IPO. And the impact? The victim knew the photos were fake, but he also knew that in the court of public opinion, the truth might not even matter. The scandal alone could destroy everything he'd built. So he started paying. And it all began with 17 public photos that were probably posted without a second thought. Now, this kind of psychological warfare isn't just aimed at individuals and their wallets. The very same principles are being scaled up and waged against entire nations.
The scale here is just staggering. In India alone, the estimated loss from regular, everyday cybercrime is over 1 lakh crore rupees. That's about 12 billion US dollars every single year. And get this, that massive number doesn't even include the far more dangerous attacks sponsored by other countries.
This is where state-sponsored hacking groups come into play. They're called Advanced Persistent Threats, or APTs, because their goal isn't just a quick payday, it's about long-term chaos and disruption. They don't want your bank details. They target a nation's lifelines. Imagine the panic if they shut down the entire energy grid, like what was suspected in that huge Mumbai power outage. Or what if they crippled the healthcare system, like the ransomware attack that brought the AIIMS hospital in Delhi to its knees? This isn't just crime anymore. This is the new frontline of national security. And if we look even further into the future, there's a technology that could make all of this look like child's play: quantum computing. We're talking about a completely new kind of computing that is so unbelievably powerful, it could theoretically shatter the encryption that protects almost everything in our digital world, from your bank transfers to top-secret military communications. It is an arms race, and the country that gets there first will basically hold the master key to everyone else's secrets. Okay, I know, that all sounds absolutely terrifying, but the point of this is not to scare you, it's to prepare you. So let's flip this around and talk about how we can actually fight back, because honestly, you have way more power here than you think.
Let's just be realistic for a second. In this day and age, perfect digital privacy is a fantasy. It's just not possible. Your data is already out there, scattered across dozens, maybe hundreds of databases. So the goal isn't to become a digital ghost. The goal is to build a fortress around the things that truly matter, to make it so difficult and so time-consuming for criminals that they just give up and move on to an easier target.
So what's the one thing you can do right now in less than 60 seconds that will make the biggest difference? It's this. Turn on two-step verification for WhatsApp. Just open the app, go to Settings, then Account, and switch it on. It'll ask you to create a 6-digit PIN. And this part is absolutely critical. Please do not make it your birthday or 123456. This one simple action means that even if a scammer tricks you and steals your SMS OTP, they still can't get into your WhatsApp. They hit a brick wall because they don't know this secret PIN. Because at the end of the day, this is what real security looks like. Technology, the antivirus software and all that, that's only about 10% of the solution. The vast majority, the other 90%, is your mindset. Awareness and skepticism make up 70% of your defense. That's the part of your brain that hears someone creating fake urgency and says, wait a minute, is this real? The action you take, like turning on that two-step verification, that's the lock on the door. But your mind will always be the gatekeeper.
Every click, every post you make, every permission you grant, it's all writing a sentence in the story of your digital life. That story is being written every single second, whether you like it or not. So the only question left is, who are you going to let hold the pen? Thanks for watching.